Brilliance Audio.
The Fashion Orphans by Randy Susan Meyers and M.J. Rose. Performed by Mia Barron and Callie Bowyer. 1976. Sad little girls in New York City were not an unusual sight. Put those girls alone on a subway platform, however, and people paid attention. Strangers approached Gabrielle and Lulu when they traveled, asking questions in concerned voices. "Are you lost? Do you need help?" Kindly police officers often knelt before them with sympathetic eyes and asked about their mother's whereabouts. On the weekends, fewer people crowded the subway platform, giving the sisters far more breathing room as they waited for the train to Grand Central. Only one man paid much attention that Saturday. He stared at them with the sort of interest of which Gabrielle had learned to be wary. Thankfully, Grandpa had recently taught her how to scream her lungs out in dangerous situations. With luck, the girls would arrive at their grandparents' house in Poughkeepsie by noon. Then, finally, thankfully, Gabrielle would be off older sister duty until their return trip on Sunday evening. Gabrielle was 12 and Lulu 5. Though the girls appeared much younger, both possessed the wary antenna of experienced subway riders. Gabrielle, being older, 100% took charge, and her rules were law. Under her guidance, Lulu stood with her back against the subway wall until the train came to a full and complete stop. They needed to hold hands, whether the thermometer read 95 degrees and they longed to unlock their sweaty palms, or a deep February freeze iced the city and their hands, mittened or not, screamed to be jammed into pockets. Today, with the weather holding a kiss of spring, their clasped hands comforted both girls. Once the train pulled into the station, they ran, squeezing through crowds to get on before the doors slammed shut. Gabrielle always sussed out the best seats in seconds. Corners meant danger. A man could press so close you wanted to throw up. Hanging on the middle pole left you open on all sides. Both girls preferred sitting next to a mother-aged woman. Grandmother-aged was better. Older seatmates were far more likely to stick up for the girls. Flashers lurked everywhere. Even at 5, Lulu understood the menace, keeping her eyes focused on people only at neck level and above. Once settled in the safest seats, Lulu studied her sister with a grave expression. "Who took you on the train when you were little?" Answering Lulu's question required finesse. Before her sister's birth, Gabrielle rode only in town cars and always in the company of her mother. Gabrielle's handsome, rich father had provided every possible protection, but he died when she was 5. The next father, Lulu's dad, was perfectly okay, but their mother didn't care much for him. At least that's how Grandma had explained it. He'd moved out when Lulu was 3. "I only remember one thing from when I was little," Gabrielle fibbed. "What?" Lulu wiggled closer on the 2-person seat. "You weren't born yet, and being without you was really lonely." Little girls riding the subway without a parent in New York might be sad, but those traveling with sisters looking out for each other were luckier than those who rode alone. Even at 12 and 5, Gabrielle and Lulu knew that particular truth.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.